What's up, Internet? We are here once again in the town. Taking a look at all the letters we have from Tom Nook that we don't care about, although that one appears to be a special sale. A stunning blue chair, no thanks. What else do we got here? Let's take a look. Let's see, we got one present from the museum, which is a Triceratops. Not bad, not bad. I think we can do a little better. Something in the T-Rex line wouldn't hurt my feelings. I think they actually do sell for more than the other standard fossils. They're not all, like, set prices or anything. But at least we got some decent fossils. Oh, hooray. A free pitfall. Thanks, Tangy. Alright, so let's go to the dump. We're gonna get some paper. And a snake plant. I'm actually growing a snake plant from a cutting I got back when I worked at a greenhouse. And it's actually grown a secondary snake plant that's already growing little baby snake plants too. Snake plants are ridiculously resilient, apparently. I would like to sell some stuff like some stag beetles because they're awesome. A rhinoceros beetle because while they're less awesome, they're still kind of cool, I guess. And some fossils. And we got ourselves a bank deposit. Nice. Alright, let's see what else we can do today. Are we gonna find something cool here? I like this TV because it looks like Dr. and Mrs. the Monarch is singing something. But I'm not really seeing anything particularly must-have right now. So I guess we'll just go out and buy ourselves some flowers. Such as the White Cosmos bag. Because why not? And the red tulips, because red tulips are always very nice. They don't last long after they bloom, but you know, that's the thing about tulips. They weirdly last longer if you cut them than if you let them just live after blooming. Also, I learned something today. Apparently, even though I know you can grow plants from like cuttings and stuff, like I said, I've got a snake plant that's doing that quite well. Apparently, if you dip your cutting in like honey and then attach it to like a potato, it sort of fuses with the potato, and the potato not only fertilizes it but acts as a extended root system, which makes sense. It's a root vegetable, but still, you know, you learn something every day. That's kind of neat. Plant that there. Plant this here. Also, growing potatoes is awesome because it's just an endless endeavor. I grew some last year by, like, just chucking a bunch of potatoes in some dirt inside a couple of tires, and, like, every couple of weeks you just add another tire, and eventually you'd have, like, 1,000,000 potatoes. Because they just never stopped growing. Alright. It doesn't look like we have anyone new in town. Oh! Before we forget, I'm glad I remembered. We must go speak to Cube, which we have not done in a while. Because he's always in bed, and we've been playing this later and later. Because life. There's a drone beetle. For a second I thought that was a jewel beetle and I'd have to catch it, but it's not. I'd still like to try and catch a banded dragonfly. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Sorry, Cube. You go to bed really early. No, it has nothing to do with Tangy. I need Pearl's thing. I guess we need to talk to this guy for a few reasons. Okay, we'll go talk to Spike. It turns out that was something else for a different character that's moved out already. Oh. Spike. That's why I see a beetle. Although it might have been a cockroach. I'm pretty sure it's a saw stag, though, based on a glimpse of it. Let's take a look. Anyway, we're gonna catch it. Yep, that's a saw stag. Nice. Alright, so we gotta give a thing to Tangy and then a thing to Pearl. And then we'll go talk to Copper, see if Booker did his job today. I doubt it. That just seems like a classic Booker move. And then we'll, you know, maybe go to the other town, try and see if we can catch ourselves a banded dragonfly, because I'd still like that. Tangy, I'm sorry it's been 2 weeks, okay? I've been busy with shit, even though I've been here every day. Finishing my bug collection was kind of important to me. Oh, good, stationery. Well, I made you wait quite a while for it. Fine. I will accept your lowly gift of stationery. Just because I know I could have done that a lot sooner. Hey, I think I can dig up. Yes, please. Fossil. And we have some paper. So let's get rid of some of these fossils. Make some inventory space. That sounds like a plan. Throw that away. Throw that away. And write something to museum. I like that paper. It reminds me of Yoshi's Island. That's a great game I gotta play again sometime. I never did play the Game Boy Advance or DS ones. I think there was like 2 or 3 on the DS. I only ever played the first one, Yoshi's Story, and the 2 that were based on Kirby's Epic Yarn. Pearl. I'm just getting started, and I'm here to deliver this thing. Please take your comic book. I'll take furniture, sure. That's a better prize than stationery. What did we get from Pearl? A keg. Doesn't do me a lot of good, but we can sell it. Alright, let's see if Booker did a thing. I have my doubts, but maybe. Oh, hey, he actually did do his job. Nice. Oh, good, it's paper. You know, you could have just put that in the recycle bin there, Booker. I don't think people are going to come back here for a stack of papers. I could be wrong, but I just kind of have my suspicions. Alright. Copper. Is anything going on anytime soon, preferably with Gracie and or Red? I don't care about Joan. I talked to her once just so I could get turnips to turn into ants. That is the extent of how useful she was to me in this world. In like a week, we get to go catch more bugs. That's exciting. I want to finish my bug collection. Whoop. I thought I saw something. It's a dynastid beetle. I'll take that. Alright. Well, seeing as there's not too much going on right now around here, I think we'll go to the other town and see if we can catch ourselves a banded dragonfly. This time just for me, because I think our house could use one. As a war trophy. In the war against catching all the insects, we must have the most awesome insect. And preferably this time Chow won't get in our way. Because that was total bullshit yesterday. Come on, Porter. Call the train using your magical train calling abilities. The sooner I get on it, the sooner I can deal with everyone's least favorite cat, Rover, and the sooner we can get on with our lives. Although, if we could skip the whole Rover part, I would not complain. Off we go, in search of awesome insects that we absolutely need to adorn our house with. Oh look, it's Rover. You know, for a minute I actually had an idea for what I wanted to scribble on Blanca's face if we ran into her, but I guess we don't get to do that today. Oh well, next time. Actually, that's fine, because as annoying as Rover is, at least he's fast. Although I don't get to stretch my creative muscles, but on the bright side, my drawing skills are non-existent. So it's kind of a 50-50 sort of thing. I'm not moving today. I've made some friends, they all seem to want to leave my village though. And I'm sad about that. I'd like more villagers, but they don't want to show up. Alright, well at least it's daytime and it's not raining, so we might be able to catch ourselves a dragonfly. If not, well, we get to work on our tan, I guess. It's nice our characters don't actually get burned. I'm kind of jealous. I can't get tanned, I just get burned. We already have a ton of Bata Palm. There's a ball. I'm terrified about who wants it, though. So probably go somewhere stupid. Other Tangy, you want something while I'm here? This is all ancillary to what I'm trying to do, but, you know, if someone needs some help, I don't mind wandering around looking for a bug while helping. Maybe Goldie has something for us to do. That's a nice shirt on her. I think she kind of rocks purple. Or purple. Thanks, Brain. You can tell I'm very tired. Orange. That's like the antithesis of purple. Nothing for her. Orange and green. Those are the colors on her shirt, and she wears them quite nicely. The red on there, maybe not so much, but... Cube. You should really get back into your GameCube shirt. You don't really rock the MVP shirt all that well. Especially considering, like, half the people in this town seem to wear that shirt. You need a ball. No? Okay, I will deliver this to Spike. Sure. After I take a quick loop around the beach to make sure Gulliver hasn't washed up, or that there's a banded dragonfly somehow, checking out the scenery that is near and about our coastline. Also another fossil. And I'll just plunk that there. Grab this. Put that there. Alright. You know, that's the annoying thing about hunting the banded dragonfly. You can't run anywhere. You just gotta go slow. It's frustrating, especially considering even if you see it, it's not like it's gonna actually be about your speed or anything. It'll still move faster than you. It's just slightly less obnoxiously fast. And despite its size, I think I've mentioned this before, but I think even though it's a bigger insect, it seems to have the same hitbox as the smaller ones. Spike, here's a videotape. I know it's not an audio cassette, but maybe you could put it in your tape so that you can stop listening to terrible surf rock. We can hope. I mean, I know you could use cassette tapes to put games on computers and stuff back in the day, so maybe you could somehow play music using a video cassette onto a cassette player, even though they're different cassettes altogether. I don't know. I don't know how all that old stuff works. I was mostly terrified of old computers. Mostly because I knew if you typed something wrong into the command line, they tended to kind of break. And that's why I'm mostly a console gamer. I got so used to how bad old computers used to be that I'm terrified of new computers. Well, I got 1,000 bells. That's kind of nice. Alright, we have got to find ourselves this magical, giant, and yet very small dragonfly. Because it has a weird hitbox. That is a cicada. Also known as the thing that makes background music for pretty much every anime ever. Was that the... Alright, I will deliver another videotape. Maybe he decided to lend out his entire video library. Catch. There we go. Huh. She somehow teleported across the river. I knew she had that kind of ability. She's some sort of bizarre alien fruit cat. That just makes sense. Teleportation. That's just a standard ability for them. Spike? I have another videotape because seriously, why do you have so many videotapes that aren't in your library right now? It's weird. I will take this furniture. Also, your gyroid sounds like it's farting. Just saying. Now, are we going to find our mysterious, very quick, very elusive insectoid friend today? Will we find it in our net? That's a tiny fish. If we're gonna catch a fish, I'd like to catch the really big one. That's worth a lot of bells. Ball's still here. Someone's gonna have to ask for it, and I don't want to move it because I know where it is. Also, the moment I kick it off the ramp, you know it's just going into the water and it's gonna be gone forever. Look at that. That's another cicada, making a different cicada style sound. More paper. Well, we can go sell that to Nook too, because we don't need that much. Throw that away. Throw this away. Throw that away. And we'll just go in here. Talk to good old Mr. Nook. Yes, Windows Defender blows my ears out. Because seriously, why did that alert have to be so loud? Ow. I'm sure that's not going to come through on the video, but wow, that was just a wildly loud alert through my headphones. Alright, let's see if this Nook has anything in store for us. I'm betting not, but you know, I've been surprised before. That's a great table. We already own it though. We already have a Master Sword. We don't really need another one. And a Spaceman Sam. Great selection of stuff today, but nothing we really need or already don't have. Guess we'll just go back to looking for the banded Dragonfly for a bit. Seeing as I don't think Spike has any more videotapes we need to find for him. I hope. It's really bizarre that two people would have the same thing for the same person, though. Common Dragonfly. Yeah, let's talk to Cookie. Maybe she's got something for us to go on and do. You don't have anything. When you say that, I know you're lying, Cookie. You're horrible. You shouldn't lie, it's mean. Uh-oh. I guess we have to go get our fortune read. I'm gonna be tripping on my face every 2 seconds, aren't I? This is a bad idea. At a playground, a hip, young, electric fan will be stretching. Or not. I think what that means is villagers will have more requests for us if we talk to them or something. Possibly. It's better than being told that we're cursed and going to fall on our face a bunch of times. Aww. Actually, I just have a tan. That was nice of her. I guess that's it. Well, she's just gonna compliment me and stuff. That's fine. Although that said, I would prefer just getting more requests from villagers. Well, that's peculiar. Huh. She's just... Huh. She's actively following me. That's interesting. I don't think Quetzal will do that. I think that's just for lady villagers, because I'm a boy villager. I would think it'd probably be the opposite true. If you were like a lady villager, it would be the guy villagers chasing you about. That's interesting. I don't think I've seen that one before. Still a very tiny fish. We want the big, scary fish. Or at least the awesome dragonfly of dragonflyness. There's Cookie. Oh, there's the... No, get back here, butterfly. You're worth a fair number of bells to me. I almost caught that fish. And then I didn't catch that fish. Butterfly. Go. I think that butterfly's like worth 3,000 bells or so. It's not worth ignoring. So we've at least dealt with Katrina. So on the bright side, you know, it could be significantly worse for us. That's a darner dragonfly, not the one we're looking for. I don't want to talk to Weber ever. Drone beetle. I hear a cicada. That was our dragonfly. I just timed that a little off. Hey, Goldie. Aw. She likes my tan. Aw. It'd be nice to have a fan. Yay! She's now my biggest fan. We would have had that dragonfly too, but you know, it was just sort of an awkward place where the trees were just kind of in the way. It was hard to judge. Uh-oh. Oh, it's her. I don't like peaches. I just wanted to talk to Velma. I don't think she's around though. There she is, Velma. Actually, I've just got a wicked tan right now. Do you need something while I'm here, Velma? Because I need some extra quest other than just looking for a bug. Guess we're just looking for a bug today. I've already found the palm. There's no other treasure to find. Drone beetle. Okay, Cookie, I get it. You have a huge crush on me. Got it. I've already spoken for, though. Can you go away? Popularity. It's a curse, and one I'm not familiar with. But I'm already getting frustrated by it. Where is this insect? It's gotta be somewhere. And that's the thing about, like, these really awkwardly annoying bugs that are just tough to chase down. Whenever they show up, it's always, like, in a situation where it's just unlikely you'll ever catch them. Because they're just like that, and I don't like that. Luck just is always like that, it seems. We're gonna make a bug that runs away from you faster than you can catch it. And also, it's going to be very rare, and also, whenever you run into it, it's going to be in a place where you can't really catch it. Go team. Still, it's kind of interesting to see something new in this game. Even if it's more annoying than anything. This fish looks kind of big. I mean, it's not the Arapaima big, but maybe it's a giant catfish. Or it could just be a regular catfish. Nope, giant catfish. That's worth a couple of bells. But we're not here for catfish. We're here for the stripy dragonfly. Of stripiness. Because not only does it have style, it also has speed and rarity. It also is just an awesome thing to catch. And that's why we must catch it. For style points. Besides, there's not really much else going on right now. I mean, at least in a week or so, we're going to get some new bugs and fish we can catch. Oh, there it is. Don't fly away, Mr. Dragonfly. It flew away. And that's the thing, if I started running after it, it would fly faster than I could run. Basically, you always just have to hope it flies at you. Cookie, I know. But you are not presently an insect I'm trying to catch. Okay, there's a cicada here. We don't have to worry about not running. Not seeing our banded dragonfly buddy. That one was a darner. Not a banded dragonfly. There's a cicada. There's a weed we can pluck. Oh, come on. That one I totally had. I was off by like a degree. That one was coming straight at me too. I can't believe I whiffed that one. That's just embarrassing. There's no one else to blame about that other than myself. I don't want to blame myself, because then I feel all bad and stuff. There's a longhorn beetle. Nope, not going in there because I don't want to deal with Goldie. Peaches is in that acre. I don't want to deal with that right now. This bizarre thing, as foretold, is annoying. Both of my towns have more than one kind of fruit because they're worth more bells. Every town has one fruit out of potential 5, with a 6th fruit being the coconuts. And every fruit other than the fruit that your town starts with is worth 5 times as much. Coconuts are worth twice as much. So basically, I could take any other fruit other than the one this town started, which was apples, and I could sell it for 500 bells. Whereas apples will only sell for 100. So you can make a lot of money that way. Also, villagers sometimes request different types of fruit and stuff, so you can complete requests really easily if you just plant a bunch of different types of fruit. I'm gonna run into another banded dragonfly and completely screw it up, aren't I? There's a drone beetle. Cockroach. No one else really has any requests for us right now, so it's really just wandering around looking for this dragonfly. And hoping I don't completely mess up like I did last time. Let's try going this way this time. Ideally, you don't want to hang around the cliffs, simply because it could be below the cliffs or around it and you just can't catch it, but... Actually, this would be a great acre for the dragonfly to show up in. Lots of area to run around in. But I'm just not seeing it. Granted, I mean, this was an insect we took like a week alone just to try and catch the first time. Ah, Tangy. Seriously, you are killing me. Go somewhere else. Drone beetle. Gonna scare that away just for catharsis. But where, oh where, is the banded dragonfly going to show up next? That is the true mystery. The one we must solve. Aw, it's good they're being friends. Not seeing it around here. Let's try going down here by the beach. Nothing else, we get to listen to the beach for a little bit. There's a cockroach. I'm not sure if they'll spawn out above the water. I guess that one did, but that's not the dragonfly we're looking for. That's a darner. You can tell because it's easy to catch, and also it's green, as opposed to the yellow and black one we're looking for. That is like the worst thing ever to try and catch. But where is it gonna show up next? Sometimes it likes to spawn near the museum, from what I can tell. I don't want to go into the next acre because that's where Goldie is hanging out. Let's try retracing our steps, and that might have been the Dragonfly. That's annoying. Thanks a lot, Weber. You scared it off. Get rid of that. That's a Darner Dragonfly. I just want it because it'll look cool in my house. This isn't terribly complicated, but damn it, it's making it complicated because it's the worst bug ever. It's not around here. Oh, there's a cockroach. That's why I didn't see one. Butterfly. Get rid of that. Tangy, you stay away. We're going this way now. No Tangy over here. That's a Darner. I think next month we get to see the final type of Dragonfly, which is equally easy to catch. It's also one of like 2 bugs in this game that will spawn multiple copies of on the same acre, if I recall correctly. So that's exciting. Although I don't think our bug list will be complete until September at the earliest. But the nice thing is we're not exactly behind on our bugs or anything. We're really just waiting till next month to catch more bugs and fish. But, I mean, well, that does mean that presently it's kind of boring for the sake of collecting stuff and working towards the gold tools. At the very least, you know, we're not completely screwed out of getting them for at least a whole year. So, at least we're on track. That is a common butterfly, also known as a cabbage butterfly. But it is not what we're looking for. No one seems to want that ball. I can completely agree. Balls with Physax are the worst. But right now, we have got to find our... That's not it. Dragonfly that looks vaguely like a bumblebee. There's a cabbage butterfly. You know, there aren't any moths in this game. Come to think of it, it wouldn't be until the next iteration where moths would be introduced, which is interesting. But this crusade of just wandering around hoping we're going to find what we're looking for, it's not exactly working. I don't like that. Especially considering that there's not really anything else we can do in regards to actually trying to improve our odds. Other than, you know, don't screw up in trying to catch it again. That was embarrassing. Still, on the bright side, at least it was a chance to try and catch one. That's better than not seeing it at all, I suppose. I think these fossils will be put into mail tomorrow, because we've already got 5 and I don't want to have to reload the post office. Hey, he's rocking a new shirt, and I believe that's a shirt I made way back in the day. Nice. There's a drone beetle. Longhorn beetle. I don't think that's actually worth very much, but I'll catch it. That way it at least feels like I'm catching something here. You know, even if we found another, like, royal moth or royal butterfly, that would be kind of nice. That's a Darner Dragonfly. cockroach. Get off my flower, cockroach. Man, I really don't want to go into like half the acres because I know there's someone there that's just going to bug us. And if the bug is there, well, then that actually kind of takes away from our ability to catch it, which is a problem. Once again, Katrina's fortunes ruin everything. Here's a drone beetle. That would be the train. Nothing here. Longhorn beetle. Jeez, I gotta see how much these sell for. I don't think it's much, but out of curiosity, let's take this to Nook. Look, I have some beetles I need you to assess their monetary value to. How much are these worth? I'll sell them all. I can divide by 2, 400. So not much. Got it. Well, we can sell these. I make 5,000 bells. That's not bad. Alright. Well, maybe we'll just wander around for like another 5 or 10 minutes before we go back to our town. Work on our garden. Maybe catch some more beetles for profits. There's not a ton going on right now, and certainly not a lot I want to do involving half the acres because we'll just get stopped along the way. Yeah, I can go take a look at the shop if you like. It's the final iteration of the shop, and basically just to upgrade the shop you have to buy stuff from other places. Or you have to have X amount of bells transacted. But to get this final one you also have to have a villager from a different village come and buy something. Which means at the very least you need a second memory card to get this. But it holds 6 wallpaper and flooring total, 5 shirts, as well as 6 pieces of furniture. All randomized, of course. Doesn't change his inventory at all. It just gives you a wider selection of stuff. 3 tools a day, house paints, a sign to put up your special custom patterns, 3 trees, 5 flowers, which we will be taking advantage of later, 4 papers to work on your various paper collection, a journal, and a umbrella, and then of course all the other like custom ordering stuff you can do from Nook's. Yes, those are Tom Nook's nephews, Timmy and Tommy Nookling. They take over the top floor. And if I recall, this iteration of Tom Nook's actually closes 1 hour earlier for their bedtime. So, that's unfortunate, but that's just kind of how it is. Although I haven't actually timed it, I've just heard that. And Tangy's not here. That's nice. We're just going to avoid her, because I don't want to deal with Tangy. Yeah, no problem. I don't mind. I'm not really doing all that much of value today. I'm just looking for a banded dragonfly to put in my house. That's a common dragonfly, and catching a banded dragonfly is the worst bug in the game, so I'm not surprised if I don't actually catch it. So to have something to do doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Let's see. Are we gonna find another banded dragonfly today? I'd prefer not to have the only one we run into be the one I completely whiffed. That would just be embarrassing. And if it weren't for Katrina, we could actually take a much better route around town, but we can't do that because just half the villagers will stop us. They'll interrupt the bugs and stuff, and I don't like that too much. That's a cicada. Safe to say that there's no dragonfly there. I'd be less infuriated about all this if I could at least run around, but I can't even do that. There's a drone beetle. This isn't exactly an ideal area to find them in because they can actually fly over the tracks and become uncatchable. That was a common dragonfly, so I'm not too bothered by that disappearing. There's the stupid ball again. Tangy isn't around here, so we can wander around here and see if the big fish is out yet. Butterfly. I'm not seeing it. It's a standard sized fish. I don't want to deal with you, Goldie. Normally you're a very good girl, but I don't want to deal with you today. Because you're just chasing me around and interfering with bug catching. Because the fortune teller has to ruin everything. As she always does. There's another cicada. Drone beetle. Scare that off. You know, I don't think we actually checked near the coastline of our other town. I wonder if Gulliver's around. Might be worth checking out, seeing as we still need one of his furnitures. There's nothing here. Nothing for bugs. Tangy's still there, so we're going to avoid that. There's a common dragonfly. There's a darner dragonfly. And I think next month we have the other type of dragonfly to have to worry about. On the bright side, at least it's easier to catch. And like I said, you know, the fact that we get to just sort of lazily wander around looking for a bug we already have is just a sign that, you know, we're on the right track. We've caught everything else we need to. So, you know, it's a good problem to have, but it's kind of just annoying. Especially when it's something as obnoxious as the banded dragonfly. Oh, there's a cicada. I'm just going to kick this into the water because it makes me feel better. Did it just disappear? Huh. Alright, mission complete, I guess. I made it not be here. Go team. Still, it's not exactly capturing the banded dragonfly. Which is, of course, our actual objective today. So I can't say I'm wholly happy with that. Hey, a pond strider. Nice. I hear a cicada. There it is. Oop, that's a darner. I almost thought that was a banded one, just for how fast it was moving. Are you kidding me? Come on. Okay, that was literally within my hitbox. I should have had that. I'm calling bullshit on that. That was nonsense. Gonna clean that up. So on the bright side, you know, the banded dragonfly we saw today was not just the one I whiffed, but the other one I also whiffed. Gave me multiple chances, but it just shows me how annoying this thing is to catch because it has such a borked just hitbox that doesn't work. Alright, I think I'll do one quick loop around like the player housing and then we'll just go back home and plant our awesome garden like we do. Because now I'm just getting frustrated at how broken this stupid thing is. On the other hand, I'm even more thankful that we actually already caught one for the museum, but still. You know, it occurs to me that at this point, catching all the bugs and insects is basically a gimme. Which means we'll have 3 of the 4 wings definitely cleared in the museum. However, that still leaves the painting wing, which we're still missing like 3 paintings in. I think if push comes to shove by the end of it, if we don't have like a full museum by like, I don't know, December or something, I will just go to this town and like custom order a couple paintings for my other character. I've done enough good deeds for this town that I think that would be a nice reward. You know, aside from Punch Out. That too was a good reward. And I should actually go back and play some of that again. But I'm kind of enjoying not having to do that too. Alright, let's go home, because this place is frustrating me. Or rather, its insects are. Let's go to a place where insects are easy to catch and they sell for a lot of money. To home! Alright, let's go deal with the gatekeeper yet again. Silly Rover. Always slowing things down and making things worse. That's just a typical Rover move. Let's get to the town. We can work on our awesome garden. And complain at Rover being Rover. And that just makes everything worse, because let's just be honest, it totally does make everything worse. You know, if he was just a special villager or something, that would be fine. But the fact that he stops you every single time, and he says the exact same things every time, is just such a huge waste of time. And I don't think this is actually loading anything. I think this is just supposed to be a time fill. Like, I'm not doubting that this game needs to actually load stuff, but I don't think the entirety of Rover's entire campaign takes the time it does to load this town. I think the copious amount of saving Porter does would probably infer some of that loading time, though. Anyway, we have got to go to where our garden is. Which is all the way... Oh, we gotta make sure... Okay, she's still here. Good. I don't want Pearl to move out. She's my favorite. We can plant this here. And we can plant this here. And we can plant this here. And there's a drone beetle here. And we can plant this here. And we can plant this here. And our town is a little bit nicer looking, I think. Oh, let's go dump these fossils before we go looking for beetles, I guess. Now, I'm willing to accept failure on my part for not catching that first banded dragonfly, but that second one literally flew through my net. That's nonsense. I am upset about that. But at least our garden makes me feel a little better. There's a mosquito, which means our friend the beetle will not be on this acre. Let's see if our town is still perfect. Yep, stuff is still perfect. Terrific. And I guess we should see if our old pal Gulliver's hanging around here. I know he was in the other town yesterday. And I see our pal Glowy Spot is here. I'll take 1,000 bells. And I think if we don't fill our pockets in about 10 minutes, we'll call it then. Just because we've been going for an hour, and I think going that long just catching beetles is kind of boring. And we've already been wandering around slowly, which is kind of boring. But at least that was with a purpose. Home decor and skill. Still weirds me out, Rhoda's house isn't there anymore. Alright, so we've got to find ourselves some beetles. I see a thing I can dig up. And a bunch of weeds we need to pull. And some free money. I will accept all of those things. And a fossil, because why not? And a beetle. Just free money. Alright, we got ourselves a flat stag beetle. Nice. Get rid of that. Gulliver might be around here. Let's find out. There's a denasted beetle. Even though I'm not much of a Kabuto fan, I won't say no to it. Alright, so Gulliver's not here. There's a drone beetle. Let's go up here and see what we've got. It should be a mountain beetle. Nice. Are we going to find ourselves some more beetle-y pals before this is all over? We can hope so. Not too hopeful of that, but we can hope. Drop that. Just gotta keep looking for beetles. That's a cockroach. Which I don't think is technically a beetle, even though it has the same endoskeleton. Or endoskeleton, exoskeleton. Endoskeleton's the opposite one. I know my biological terms, and also Latin root words. I just don't get to use them too often. Alright, well at least we're catching some beetles. Oh, that reminds me, my Metabots review will be up soon. I'm gonna have to prep for that. There's the big fish. We're gonna completely screw up catching this thing, I'm sure. Oh, come on, that was unfair. Alright. To be fair, my reaction time was terrible on that. I will accept that as being my fault. Well played, fish. You don't normally expect them to go after the first bite. Nice we at least got to see a cameo by Giant Fish today. How many more spaces do we have? 7. Okay. Basically a beetle for every minute left until I want to just sort of wrap this up, I think. I can make that work. 1. There's normally one around here. But not today, it seems. And not around here. There's a drone beetle, but we don't want them. We never did get that other bridge for the town. At this rate, we never will. We have too few villagers. Alright, where are all the beetles at? Gotta be around here somewhere. There's one. These guys are way easier to catch than that stupid dragonfly. Sell for a lot more too, I think. Pretty sure the banded dragonfly only sells for like 3,000 bells or something dumb. Not worth the frustration. I mean, I still want one, but you know, they're just worth nothing comparatively. Whereas beetles are ridiculously easy to catch. They're common and they're worth a lot. There's a mosquito here. It's not going to be a beetle. I hear a mosquito. That means there's not going to be a beetle. Nothing around here. Not yet, anyway. Nope. There's one. You know, and the giant beetle doesn't show up until the next hour. So like 20 minutes from now. Give or take. But still, this is how you rack up a huge profit here. But it's also reliant on them being beetles. When beetles don't want to show up, you know, it's a little harder to actually make said profit. Not impossible, mind you, but certainly more difficult. Nothing here. Alas, I don't think we're going to find any more beetles. Other than drone beetles, which don't count. Let's not destroy the flower garden. And we will just slowly get over to... There's another drone beetle. Again, we don't count them because they're just not worth much. But they're about as common as any other beetle. Now, let's start by making a deposit. Getting close. Gonna get close to that reward for sure. Now I gotta mail some letters. Let's get all this mail out there, Phyllis. The museums have to see our awesome scientific discoveries. And then give it back to us so that we can sell them for basically nothing for what they're probably worth. And there's more. And one more. Alright. There we go. Plus we get to see Pete. We don't see him often enough. Hey Pete. See you, Pete. Alright, time to get home, I guess. But not before I catch you. Might not be a banded dragonfly, Mr. Sawstag, but I'm not going to say no. And I think that will be it for tonight. Yet another adventure in the trying to catch that one Dragonfly Chronicles. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, follow the stream to know when we go live, because we do this every single night, as well as like weekly Pokemon streams and other stuff when I have the time. You might also want to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see over 1,000 videos waiting just for you, because that's how amazing-tacular you are. There's just so much just for you. And if you really want to make my day, check out the show's PayPal or Patreon. Support the show any way you can so that I can continue to do what I do to the best of my abilities. Namely, learning how wildly broken the hitboxes in this game are, because I should have at least gotten one of those banded dragonflies. That was nonsense. But you'll also get yourself on the Discord where we can talk about awesome things like the feeling when you actually do catch the banded dragonfly, because that's an awesome feeling. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.